The other day I watched someone and he was struggling with these and the shower enclosure, the back plates. Now for the back plates, the finished product, this is what it should be looking like. So can you see, on everything you will have a minimum line and a maximum line. See how I put that back? I'm about 10 mil in from the minimum line and it's equal all the way around. So I know when I put my 10 mil tile, 5 mil adhesive, because walls aren't flat and tiles aren't flat, so they will be getting dotted. You're going to be looking around about 15 mil. And 15 mil will come to just about halfway there. So I know I've got that much play. Do you know what I mean? And that, when you set anything in the wall, what I've done there is I've put a batten at the back of it, and then I've screwed through these little holes there, through the shower enclosure into the batten. So that is solid, do you know what I mean? And that's what it wants to be. So now for this gadget, we are setting that, and what you have to do is fab them out. So you've got a tile, so straight away, right, you've got 15 mil. Class it as 15 mil. Then it has to screw into this, yeah? So I'm using the compression black plate. I have swapped to the soldered ones, but I ain't got one and I'm not going out to get one. So I'm going to be using this. I'm using whatever's in my toolbox for my job. Do you know what I mean? So when you tighten that up, can you see you have got the exact gap, yeah? So that exact gap, that comes off there. That screws into there. That slots back in there. That slots back on there. That goes to the back of the tile. So there's no lip. That is firm, solid in place. So now if you're using one of these back plates, so what you have got, you've got this back plate. So how should you set this up? Exactly how should you set that up? How you should set that up, see this part here, this needs to be sticking through that plasterboard or jackerboard or whatever you're using. That needs to be flush with the surface you are tiling on this occasion. So you can check whichever appliance you're doing or whichever part you're doing in the grade. You check, screw that on first, make sure when you screw that in there, that's fully in. So we know it's fully home, so we don't need to go fully home on that. So it don't matter whether it comes out a little bit or goes in a little bit. But you don't want that sticking past the tile. So that is going to stick flush with the plasterboard, and then when we tile it, we've got that gap from the tile. Or you could bring it out a little bit, but then you're risking it.